their price. Actually, even Audi straight off the bat, you know, the Audi R8 V10 specs, they have the same engine in them as the Gelatos. So nothing wrong with that. They're a fucking brilliant engine. That's a fucking screaming V10 right there. Random Workman has a nice 202. Yeah, I took a 202 and had a bet with my friends. It's like, I bet you I could get over 200 horsepower out of this, like, just tinkering with it. Oh, no, you can't. I said, yeah, I've got a theory that you should be able to get at least 1 horsepower for every cubic inch of your vehicle. No, that's just that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I was like, all right, shake on it. I bet you I can, you know, if I can get this thing to breathe better, get it to obviously perform better, that I can get fucking at least 202 horsepower out of mine. Alright, deal. I did it. I got like 230, 240 horsepower out of it. Naturally aspirated. Just, you know, just a couple of $1,000s worth of parts. Car sales is for millionaires. Yeah, I think car sales are generally for idiots as well. But you know what? I bought mine on car sales because it allowed me to go out and look, because, you know, car yards on there. But when people are doing private sales on car sales, they just put up a figure thinking, oh yeah, this would be a good price, and see what happens. You always wanted a Charger? So did I. Did VK have the Nissan motor in it too? So the VK, I think depending on the model that you had, so you had like your normal VK Commodore, then you had your Executive, your something else, and your Calais, and those ones had different variants of the engine in there, which I think were like there was blue and a black engine, and I know that the Calais ones were like one of the first fuel injected Holdens to come out. Extremely bad setup, but it was fuel injected, and I think that was on a slightly modified black block. So yeah, there was definitely variants in there, but it was the VL that had the RB30 engine. I think it was the RB30. 3-litre V6. Yeah, that had the Nissan engine in there. Wasn't the Modern Monaro a copy of the American Chevy? I don't know what it was. It was just it was a fucking embarrassment. That's what it is. FE Holdens, HR Holdens, FJ Holdens, FC Holden. Yeah. Ferrari spare part. Yeah, anything spare parts in high-end cars is just. VL was pretty legendary. VL was your typical ethnic mobile in certain parts of Sydney, and it had to be turboed. And there'd be people in there wearing their hats slightly sideways, going, check out my mumus! And if you know what I'm talking about, then you're as old as me. It's like, yeah, fully sick turbo VL, bro. Yeah, you know where I'm going with that. It's fucking. It was a time. It was a time. A lot of people killed. Yeah, well, it's funny. I know, being a mechanic, I and had a lot of my friends that were mechanics as well. Like they'd spend time doing up their cars, but they'd only ever work on the engine. Yeah, all the stuff that people could see as well. It's like, oh yeah, I've got a 19-point safety harness, and my engine produces 9,000 horsepower. So that's awesome. What about your brakes? And it's like, oh yeah, what about them? Okay. Did you upgrade suspension? Oh yeah. I cut the coils down so it's lowered. Like, so you spend 10 grand on your engine, but you're going to cheap out on your brakes and suspension. Seems legit.